When Evil Lurks is one of my favorite, most recent horror movies, and I've been waiting a long time for Greyson to watch it, and he hasn't until now because I made him watch When Evil Lurks. Just take it away. What do you have to say about it?
I'm a fool.
Oh, yeah?
That's what I'm going to first start off with. So I watched When Evil Lurks on Shudder. That's where you can watch it at. And I've got to say, this was probably one of my favorite horror worlds to be trapped into in a movie.
I want to preface and stop you right there because this script was pitched at a horror festival.
Nice.
And he pitched it, and then he got it picked up, and then he got to make it.
Good,
Yeah.
because this movie absolutely rules. I had heard so much about this film, and the main thing that I had heard about was the scene with the goat.
Okay.
The scene with the goat. Everybody talked about the scene with the goat. So in my head, I was expecting a very, very grotesque animal kill.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's not necessarily the scene of the gun.
No.
Let's stay on track. Sorry to derail
No,
you.
I wasn't. You're not derailing me at all. I was just talking about what I had heard about the film.
Yeah, let's talk about the universe.
Yeah.
How it, just lay it all out. What did you like about it?
So the main thing that I like in this world is whenever you first get into it, you can tell that there is something wrong right off the bat. I did not watch a trailer for this movie.
Good.
I did not look up anything on this film. I had heard stuff about it. That's it. So when I get into this world, I know it's going to be some kind of demon. I know that. When Evil Lurks, I kind of picked up on that right off the bat. What I didn't know was this was basically a demon invasion had taken place in this world, which has caused everything to go wrong.
It's got its own set of rules.
It does, and that is so cool with how they have this. You get introduced to Pedro and Jimmy, and right off the bat, they hear gunfire in the woods, and they know immediately, hey, something is wrong. We need to go investigate.
And we hear that they're cleaners.
Yeah, they're cleaners, but you don't know what a cleaner is.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm expecting, okay, they just clean up what happens. So they hear the gunfire happening. They're going to clean up something.
Yeah.
So when they get out there, you realize, okay, there's already a book with demonic incantations. This is already starting to feel like an Evil Dead type of film. We're already off to a crazy start, and then they see a name of somebody they had worked with, which basically is the catalyst to how this whole movie just kicks off and goes absolutely insane. And you get to see their friend, who is some of the best prosthetic work I've ever seen, but he is this just bloated and pussy and just, you feel so bad for this guy, but he has been infested with a demon.
I know. Whenever I saw it, I was like, that is a fresh possession right there.
But then you find out that it's not, because it's been in his body for so long, which makes it even worse because the demon is messing with him by letting the person take over every once in a while to trick them into killing it. Because guess what? You can't kill these without having the proper techniques, because if you do, it just goes everywhere. It spreads like wildfire, which is amazing. I love this idea.
I love that they treat possessions like an epidemic. It's it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic movie, and you don't really, that really doesn't hit you that it's like, oh, we're in the shit. It's already happening until like that 10 or 15 minute mark.
Yes.
And especially, I don't know if it being a foreign film and it being subtitles makes it more abstract and takes you longer to piece together. But yeah, it's like, it's almost like a vampire universe.
It is. It's a parasite. It's a demonic parasite is what it is. And that's what's so cool about this. Because the whole time you're looking at them, because they both have guns. Jimmy and Pedro both have weapons that can easily dispose of this. One of them has like the classic double barrel that's like, it's going to blow a hole in the whole side of the house.
Yeah.
So when they say don't do it, it'll spread, that's your first key of, okay, they're taking this demon possession differently. And I like that. It's fresh. It's new. And then you have Ruiz show up, who also knows something. He's the older gentleman who you find out has a wife who's pregnant as well.
Yes.
There was a whole new curveball in it.
Time bomb.
So
pregnancy and horror movie, man. Time bomb every time.
When that happens is whenever you get it 100% confirmed, because Ruiz says it, that if he dies without getting cleansed in the proper way, it will spread to everybody in this area.
Yeah.
And it will start over again.
Yeah.
So that's your big hint of, oh, wow, something really horrible happened in this world, and I can't wait to find out what it was.
Yeah.
So they get this brilliant idea to move this poor infected body into the back of the truck and just drop it off.
It's the equivalent of Bruce Wayne at the end of Dark Knight Rises. Like, I'm gonna get this A-bomb and take it out of here.
Yes,
Don't worry.
that's exactly what it is.
And it's just like, they get to where they're going and they're like, oh shit, it fell off the truck.
Oops, what are we gonna do about it? Who cares? It's no longer around us. Let's get back home.
Yep.
And then all hell breaks loose, and you get to the goat scene, which I was just talking about, which took me a little bit to kind of understand, because there's something that happens to where you can tell when somebody's possessed at first. And Ruiz and the wife both notice one of their goats is possessed. And it's the only one that whenever they go out and kind of shoo everybody else that does not move. And the old classic double barrel shows up again, and I am expecting the most horrific, like, close-up of a head exploding.
Because you've been told about the goat scene.
Yes, because that's what I know. I don't know what happens in this scene, but I know there's a goat scene. And what I get instead is a horrific axe smack into somebody's face.
I love that you were cued for the shotgun scene, because I was the same way. It was just like, okay, this is going to be the worst headshot ever. And it is.
Yeah, in a different way.
Yeah.
But it is just awful. So you get Ruiz killed by his wife because the wife knew that if it happened, it was going to spread. But then you think it's over. And then, I don't think I'd ever seen this before, but she turns the axe to herself and bop, smacks herself 3 times in the face to get rid of herself too.
It is horrible.
It is awful in the best way.
It was probably the first time since, maybe more than Hereditary, but definitely the first time since Hereditary was like, oh God, stop.
Yes.
Like,
it's rough. And then from this point on, it is in overdrive. This movie kicks off, and this is another horror movie that it's very mean.
Gotcha.
This movie is extremely mean, and I appreciate it because it needs to be to get the point across.
Exactly, and how dire the universe is. So I'm gonna walk you through a couple of moments. So we have Jimmy and Pedro. Yeah, they kind of. It becomes a road movie, so to speak. They're with their autistic son, and
their mom.
Yes, and the mom.
There's 2 sons and a mom.
Yes, and we kind of get linked up with this other family, and we get like, there's just a big sense of urgency because they're they're still trying to find the big guy.
Yeah.
Right?
So when they get over to. It's his ex-wife.
Yeah.
That's where they get their family, which it was funny because the scene that happens in here with the dog, my girlfriend Tiff said, hey, you might want to look away from this scene. I was like, why? What's
Does she know what's coming?
Yeah, she'd watched it.
Oh, okay.
She had watched it. So it happened, and I was like, I ain't got to look away from this. This is incredible. I can't believe this is happening. Yeah. So the dog goes after the kid, and a scene that you need to watch on your own. Like, you need to see this.
Yeah, the dog, and it's from the back, right?
Yeah.
And the kid's next to the dog, and the dog just goes, man, it was.
And it drags her under the table, and you see the body like flailing and trying to get away.
Yeah.
It's gnarly.
Yeah.
But that's what kicks off the road trip. They get out of there. The possession is infesting that little city that they have. So Jimmy, Pedro, the mom, and the 2 kids are out of there.
Yeah.
They got out, and Pedro says, hey, I know somebody we can go talk to. She knows how to deal with this. This is where you kind of get the elder of the group that knows how to deal with who's seen things.
And also can kind of cap off for the audience our rule sets that and this is like an hour into the movie, and it's like, this is where we affirm all of your assumptions about the movie and the universe. She explains it just to make sure you're on track. So the movie not only gives you that organic discovery, and in writing classes, we were always taught, like, your story starts with the train going.
Yeah.
Like you never start the train engine at the beginning of the book. You're running for the platform.
Yeah.
And so that moment in her character allows you to read the pamphlet.
Yep.
If you're not completely clear, so you get best of both worlds. But I love that she comes in late. So
she does, and she explains how she was there whenever the first big, like, demonic thing had happened, and she was able
Need a
to
sequel.
learn how to deal with all of this in order to get rid of it and cleanse it. And basically, it all starts with something. There's always a hub on where it starts at, and they find out it was the body that they were trying to dispose of. It got dropped off, and it immediately started infesting everybody around.
Yep.
So that body is out there, and it's already spreading around. This is when they decide to do the classic. We're going to split up.
Yep, let's do it.
But not before the ex-wife shows up and takes one of Jimmy's kids. And my ass is thinking, don't worry. They'll find the kid, and it's probably going to be a heroic scene, and they're going to get him. So when they split up, Jimmy is with the older woman to go and take care of the main possession, so he has no idea what's going on with one of his kids. Pedro is going out on his own to try to find the child. And you see the ex-wife, and she's walking down the street, and it looks like she's digging in a bucket of candy to eat. But it ain't a bucket, it's the child's head. And she has opened up the head and is eating the brains.
Like monkey brains from Temple of Doom, dude.
It is the reaction that Pedro has. I hope I'm not flipping the brains.
Yeah, you're fine.
But the reaction that he has when seeing it is the same reaction you have when you see it. It is I know I didn't just see what I saw.
Yeah.
This cannot be happening. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And he does the only thing he can. He says, okay, I'm going to just kill this, and rams it into a tree, destroys the car, and I guess stops the demon. That doesn't transfer, doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's pretty much his arc for now, and then it cuts back over to Jimmy. It does a really good job of bouncing between these two while it's going on, because there is a lot going on, and it does explain that you need to take the lights off because the demons are attracted to the lights as well.
Yes.
Electricity will bring the demons.
And that's the scene where does she go up on the hood?
Yes, she hits, like he hits her, and then her head goes through the windshield.
Her makeup effects in that
very
scene,
good.
it was genuinely, that besides the axe scene, I was genuinely unsettled.
It is.
It
is unsettling because of how graphic it is and how the whole scene unfolds, because you already have the child situation going on, and then you add in what happens to the possessed mom.
Yeah.
It's a very awful thing to have to deal with.
Now, obviously, we know what happens with his autistic son, but like at this point in the movie, we know that the demons will have like a behavioral differentiation.
Yeah.
So you'll know that they're a demon.
Yeah.
Obviously, with his son being autistic, he's a very blank slate.
Yes.
And so the idea kind of creeps into you. It's like, because they mention it for a second, and it's like, is he possessed? It's like, no way. He's too pure of heart.
Well, they also talk about how, because the older lady brings up, the issue whenever a demon takes over an autistic child is that they don't know what to do with somebody who is autistic.
Yeah.
So it takes them longer to figure out. And sometimes they get trapped.
Yes.
And that's what's also super interesting, because I've never thought about that before.
Yeah.
What does happen with somebody?
Because a lot of times possession films, they'll be like, the demon will kind of leech off the body to create like a hardcore version of the person.
Exactly.
And if the person might be autistic or have some kind of intellectual disability, the demon will just be like, I don't know how to work with this.
And it was super interesting to see that happen.
That's such a fresh take. I love it so much.
It is. It's very unique, and I never thought about
Yeah.
that before, and that's what makes that idea so cool. So you have Jimmy and the older woman are now at the school. They have basically established that the body has been put here.
Yep.
But there's a problem. There's a bunch of kids that are defending this body.
I know, man.
And it is this because you're in this is the last 15 minutes.
Oh, this is a big finale right here.
And this is it. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what you want to see. You want to see if Jimmy can really bring it back here. And it pretty much plays out in the only way that it can for what's happening with this character. And I do want to bring this up. I think that Jimmy and Pedro are fantastic characters because they're flawed, but the decision that they're making, you're not mad at them for making.
Yeah, you understand in their context and their situation, it's like they're just doing the best that they can.
They can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Like in a situation like this, what can you do?
Yeah.
Like you can't stop that from happening. What are you gonna do? Like kill that thing and then have it take over everybody?
Exactly.
Like you're doing the best you can. So the elder woman is putting together this contraption that helps get rid of the demon. It has to be on this contraption that is built to take the demon down, and you have to have a clear shot at them to insert it's like a spike that they put into them.
Yeah. It's not unlike like Constantine's sick. Like
no, it's not at all.
It's
yeah,
like this
it's
cool
actually
tool.
like it's really cool. So Jimmy is trying to get into the floor, and he realizes that there's bodies that are covering it. You see him down there. He is there.
Yeah.
But Jimmy can't get to him. Jimmy. So he decides, I'm going to run over here and grab an axe real quick. While the elderly lady is saying, no, don't do it. If you do this, they will kill me. You have to stay here. He does it anyway. Guess what? She dies in a horrible way too.
Yep.
Stabbed over and over again by all these kids and drug off while he gets to watch it all happen. And now it sucks because there is nothing Jimmy can do. It is over. He has lost. There is nothing he can do. And you see the head pop up of the possessed guy.
Yeah.
And it's creepy, but it's also funny.
It is, yeah.
Because the demon's like, I won.
Exactly,
like, I win.
Yeah.
And you get this demon, like, child.
Yeah.
Like,
bald,
birthed out of this just grotesque body, and it comes out, and it's really cool. Like, it's very effective.
Yeah.
And
it looks innocent as can be.
It does, and I guess in an innocent way, I guess.
I mean, like it's a very pure being.
Yeah,
just like
blood soaked.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jimmy is just on his knees and just he admits defeat. Like there's nothing he can do. He lost.
Yeah, demon marks his ass.
And the demon marks him with the three swipes on his head. Oh, that's good. And it's amazing. Yeah. It is so good because you think it's over. You think that I thought that the movie was going to end with the demon and the kids walking out because they're going somewhere else to start. In fact,
world's over.
Though it pretty much like this is over. Like Jimmy has failed and has doomed the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Whoever is alive, they won't be alive for much longer. And you get a scene to where Jimmy and Pedro meet back up at the house. They go inside to see their mom. Mama ain't there no more.
Mom's gone.
Mom is not only gone. She been eaten because his last son ate her.
And they pull her hair out of his mouth.
Yep.
What was your reaction when that happened?
I knew for a fact that mom is dead.
Yes.
There is no way that you can tell me that mom is going to live.
Yeah. And
because she's too sweet.
Exactly. And as mean as the movie is, and as mean as the ending has already been, you knew that movie wasn't gonna let the purest person live.
Yep. And the two purest people of the movie are there together. Something bad's gonna happen.
Exactly.
I knew the mom was gonna die in some way. But for the father to basically realize that his son has eaten his mother and then to have to kill his son, it's okay. You've lost everyone.
Yeah.
You have nobody left. Your children are dead. Your ex-wife is dead. Your mother is dead. The only person who can stop this is dead.
Yeah.
It's you and your brother.
Yep.
So just like in the beginning, it is in the end.
Yep.
And that is perfect storytelling to me.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of storytelling that Americans don't like to watch. And I feel like if they remade this, the ending would be completely different.
I don't think that this movie can have a different ending. I
Yeah.
think that no matter what, because it's such a disservice to the movie.
Yeah.
To change
No,
that.
it would be. It would be.
And because it is. It's in the beginning they are together because of things that they had done in the past. So it was just those two.
Yeah.
Because his ex-wife hates him and they've disowned him. Like he is not allowed around them.
Yeah, and it's like his mistakes in a pre-demon infested world are just as congruent as an apocalypse. It's like that's why the characters are good. Is because like they fucked up then, they fucked up now.
Yeah,
like,
but you don't hate them for it. And
exactly.
That's why I love the movie so much. Is they're really good characters.
Yeah, they feel like humane characters, and not stupid characters.
They really do.
You can empathize with all of their decisions.
But it is a world that I want to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I think that is a world that you can make sequels of that don't have to involve the same characters because it's a widespread event. It's not just a contained thing. It is everywhere. It is something that whole portion of the world knows about.
Yeah, cleaners is a term, that they could be in like other countries.
Yes,
like
for sure.
In South America or Spain or, you could do it in Africa or you could do it in California if you wanted to.
You could.
But yeah, I just love that. I think my favorite part about the movie is the fact that you can be 30 minutes in and you can be like, I guess they're like exorcists, but not really. But like, I guess it's like a virus that spreads somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's airborne. And the movie is just like,
I totally got their names confused the whole time.
it's okay.
I feel so embarrassed. I had Jimmy and Pedro mixed up. Pedro's the father. Jimmy's the brother.
Strike that, reverse it.
Yeah.
It's really wonky.
I hope that y'all at the end realize that I messed up. But yeah, it is opposite. Jimmy is the brother that hits the wife. Pedro is the father of the two children.
Yeah. But yeah, it is like, it is just like, come on, man. This is my universe. I hope you like it because we're doing it. I think the main reason I wanted you to watch it was mostly those shocking moments. The car hits are really brutal. The dog attack, the axe, the prosthetics on the big guy. It's just a disgusting movie to watch. It's really gross.
It is. It's really good prosthetic work.
Yeah, and then you couple that with like an amazing universe that feels real, even though it's about demons all over the place. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's how it feels like that's how it would go down.
Yeah.
That's how it feels like a really miserable world to exist in. But what would you give When Evil Lurks?
Perfect film.
You think so?
I give this a 10 out of 10. I will watch this multiple times. I will probably end up buying this to own just so I can get a commentary to watch because I would love to hear the creator talk more about this, especially just to see how he came up with this world, what he was thinking in the scene that he was filming. This is something that I could definitely watch multiple times a year and not have a problem with.
That's awesome, man.
I love this movie.
I hate giving 10s out.
I do too, but I can't honestly say that there's anything that I find wrong with this film.
Yeah, I wouldn't change a single thing.
No, and to me, if you're not able to change a single thing or have a single issue with a film, that's a perfect movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing I see wrong with it.
If you enjoyed content like this or have anything else you want Grayson to watch for the first time or myself, drop it in the comments below. Make sure you go to patreon.com/hangtime to support content like this. And most importantly, go check out our latest episode, which was me watching Suspiria.
Yes.
Grayson's introducing me into a lot of Italian horror.
There will be more. There will be more.
These are demons. You guys have an awesome day, and thanks for watching Carnage Candy.
Goodbye, everybody.
Did it again. Repulsor beam.
Repulsor beam.